Turkey has hosted the foreign ministers of Pakistan and Afghanistan in trilateral talks. All three ministers reiterated their commitment to the Afghan peace process. The talks come as the US and allied NATO nations are planning to end their deployment of troops to the country by September this year after being there for 20 years. The ministers also discussed future plans for more negotiations to be held in Istanbul.
We had the opportunity to discuss cooperation for the establishment of peace, stability, and security in the region, as well as the welfare of our people. Especially, we discussed the Afghanistan peace process today. We were going to host the Istanbul conference together with the UN and Qatar to support the Doha process, but we have postponed it with the relevant parties until after Ramadan. As co-organizers, we continue negotiations with all parties.
Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi told TRT World's The Newsmakers the Afghan peace process would not have progressed without the help of Islamabad.
Well, the government, the military, and the ISI, they're all on the same page. And we all believe a peaceful, stable, democratic, prosperous Afghanistan is in Pakistan's interests. So we're on the same page. We're all trying very hard to push the peace process forward. It wouldn't have reached where it has without Pakistan's facilitating role. Look at the Doha talks, the 29th agreement, the Taliban-US agreement. Look at the commencement of intra-Afghan negotiations on the 12th of September and the agreement on the rules of procedure. It wouldn't have happened without Pakistan's nudging.
Fatima Gailani is a member of Afghanistan's peace negotiation team. She's been working to find common ground with the Taliban on the issue of women's rights. She explains the concerns Afghan women have about the peace deal with the terror group.
On the papers, on their statements, it shows that there is a change. But we have to be absolutely sure how much is this change, and it will be adequate and enough for the women of Afghanistan. I assure you that today the women of Afghanistan are never like before. It's a huge force of educated, very committed women that they should not and they cannot be ignored. The same way that we made a mistake in the past that we didn't include Taliban in our negotiations in Bonn, starting in Bonn, and later they were not taken seriously. Today, the women of Afghanistan and the youth of Afghanistan are new reality of Afghanistan, and they cannot and should not be ignored. Everyone in Afghanistan is worried, and I'm not an exception. But I'll explain that what worries me. What worries me is that we didn't do a proper progress in our peace talks. And now that a new date has been put, my hope is that we will make a good, a meaningful, and sustainable progress. If we finish it by that time, that I doubt it, will be fantastic. But if not, our progress will be meaningful enough that it could not be harmed. And that's why it is very important, the conference that you just talked about, the foreign ministers. This is very important to give us courage and give us an assurance that we will carry on our negotiations and come to an understanding. And this is really important. So it is not so much the withdrawal, it is the preparation to be ready for it is important.
A jailed Kremlin critic